Why, hello there, civil engineers. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress. Episode 31, Poor Town Planning for More Bedrooms. At the start of the stream, as you can see, I want to continue to work on the skylight for the temple so that we can actually cover it up. That way flyers are not a problem. And there's still more copper to be handed off here. One of the reasons we're doing a copper thing like this is we don't have sand on this map tile, and I'm trying to import sand, but until we actually have the sand, I can't really make any more progress on that front. So we will, Elven caravan, okay. And then additionally, we want to armor up our March Dwarves. And I believe our March Dwarves, so they're not likely to get attacked that often, but regardless, I think I want to give them roughly the same uniform that my Axe Dwarves do, just to keep them equally protected. So the Axe Dwarves have a full set of everything. So we've got shirt, breastplate, helm, greaves, gauntlets, high boots, and then weapon obviously is going to be different. So that is one thing I'm going to do for the March Dwarves now. We're going to add a uniform. I'll just call armor marks. And we're going to go with breastplate, mail shirt, helmet. I'm even going to do greaves, gauntlets, high boots, and crossbow. And then we need to designate the material. So steel, so on and so forth. Did I miss anything? Let's see. Just running through it. So on headgear, we've got the helmet. Yes. On upper body, we want the breastplate and mail shirt. Yes. Hands would be gauntlets. Yep. Lower body would be greaves. Yep. Footwear would be high boots. And then a weapon. Okay. And the material for the weapon doesn't really matter, but we made steel ones. Confirm and save uniform. And then assign uniform. Armor marks. And this should allow us to actually have marksmen that, can enter a fight and not get killed through, the fortifications and the like. Alright, where is the caravan? Not a single trader has come so far that has had wagons. I've not had a single wagon arrival. Which is just I go to all this effort to have, a wagon entryway into my base and no wagons? Fine, whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and start moving goods to trade. Start with bins. And we have a bunch of, bauxite figurines. That sounds about right. Leather gem. I mean, that's one cut gem. I'm not going to bother with that. Alright, here we go. We've got more figurines. A lot of these are worn out clothing, so I'll bring those as well. I'm going to try to sell worn out clothing more than really anything else, just because why not? Miss Key and Glitch. Glitch, thank you for the cheer, and Miss Key for the resub. And we've been trying to remove, oh my god, 15,000 gems. Okay. I doubt I'll need to move any more bins for trade, because that's a lot of money in trade. Really more than I need to. Oh, apparently I really had a lot of weapons ready to go, because most of the March Dwarves are pretty well armored, which is awesome. I knew I was building up a bit of a stockpile, but I'm surprised how fast that worked. So the broker's there, or rather all the goods are there. Now we just need to move the broker. And as far as the temple goes, I think it was 22 copper. So we're a little, maybe over, I actually don't even remember. I'm going to say a little over half ready. All right, here we go. What do you have for me that I want? A chipmunk? No, not really. You've got nuts or seeds. I can't really say. I mean, I'll buy their fruit. Seeds is like just not something we need a whole lot of. Okay. Whole bunch of fruit. That's kind of lame. But, as promised, I'm going to sell the worn out clothing first. I'm not really sure why, like, elves would want clothing ever worn by dwarves. One would assume that that is like a taboo thing to even, like, how do they even fit in it? Right? Like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but, you know, whatever. And then, now that we've gotten rid of some of the, clothing, I'll just sell, like, small figurines and other junk items. I'll keep the gems for myself, though, because they're more valuable, and I might as well just reserve them for trade that I care about. Let's go ahead and buy those seeds anyway. I mean, we could probably cook or brew with them. It's not like the elves have, like, much else. They're just mostly just here to boss us around about how we treat trees. There we go. Trade. Done. I see your low race still revels in death. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. Silly elf. Okay. Trade is done. And no trader requested. Perfect. Alright, taking a look. We have not fulfilled the crutches requirement. There was one suggestion I saw on YouTube, which was like, just create a standing order for the things that they want me to make. So like, maybe I should make stone crutches instead of, or metal crutches. So let's do metal crutches. We'll do a metalsmith forge, make a copper crutch, make one copper crutch if I have the reagents, and then how do you do the I forget how to do the, like, repeat I've done this before. Oh, here it is. Restarts if complete. Could check, conditions checked monthly. So basically, once a month, we'll make a copper crutch. Right? That makes sense. And then, just for the same reason, we'll do a metalsmith forge, crossbow. Also out of copper. And this is because our mayor and our baron require, or have been asking for crutches and crossbows. And if at any point they, like, change their mind and they don't want them anymore, you know, we can remove these. But that should help to regularly satisfy the requests, so I don't have to keep checking back in. Because copper is so abundant, I really don't need to cherish it or protect it or whatever. There was one other comment that I saw, which I kind of liked, which is a, oh, we're going to get some loud tavern music. Put a door here, and then, like, forbid it or lock it to prevent the constant collection of iron bolts. Wow, there's a lot of iron bolts there, though. Alright. Some animals just got born. I guess they all got assigned to the pasture. Perfect. And here, I could just say, like, forbidden, if I don't want them collecting crossbow bolts. I'm, like, trying to wait for there not to be a person in there. I recognize my mistake. What I need to do is put the door, like, here. Closer to the point. Another thing that would be wise, and so let me get back to, besides these priorities above my head, one of the overarching ones is, given that this is almost certainly going to be the last stream of this, I would like to ramp up my siege defenses and then, like, raise my population a fair bit, so that we can, you know, poke fate in the eyeball and maybe get some raids. So, to that end, we are going to want to prepare for bedrooms, so that we can actually grow our population. So the current priority right now is, and grow the, what are we, a town? Grow the town. I think what I'm going to do is push my population a little shy of doubling. Might be a reasonable goal, but I'm going so that we don't get like a mega immigrant wave that I can't handle. I'm going to like raise it incrementally, or at least that's the hope. So we'll get those excavated, smoothed out, and then adorned with furniture. I think, if I'm not mistaken, all the other bedrooms have furniture, so it's just the new furniture that I'm going to need. Not a big deal. The elves already... I don't see them there. Did they just, like, storm off? I don't recall seeing a message about them leaving, but seems like they have. Guess they really, really don't like the fact that I cut down trees. And I don't care. They can complain all they want. So, some other preparations to make before we dramatically ramp up our population would be to get some siege dwarves. Some people that have sort of siege operation skills of any sort, and then more siege equipment in the entryway. So once the Marks dwarves are fully armored, because I don't want the armor smiths competing with the same steel source. Once they the Marks dwarves are all armored, I'm going to add a few more bolt throwers here, because I don't think 2 bolt thrower. It really, I would rather be over prepared than under prepared. I'll put it that way. So I want some additional bolt throwers to make sure that we can handle sieges. And I would say, like, from big picture, the goal is more like, I want to be the biggest town around. I mean, we already have a baron, so I might as well just, like, flex on my neighbors. That's sort of the idea. Taking a look at armor, we would need in total about 13 or like 12 steel breastplates. So I'm just like, just taking a quick gander on how close we are to full armor. Because we have 6 and 6. And I'll probably want to spin up some additional fighters as well. And get them trained up at some point. But I'm just trying to take stock of what we have. We have a lot of materials. We're looking pretty good on that. Good. Oh, I changed the design, didn't I? Whatever. Doesn't really bother me. I cut the doors in the wrong spot. I'll fix it for the other rows, though. Well, no, maybe I won't, because it's... Yeah, I'll fix it. Just have to build some walls in. It's not a problem. The Dwarf planning board failed a little bit. All right. Construction, wall. And we'll just do... What is this material anyway? Limestone? You know, I'm gonna do copper bars. We'll say, like, it's my mistake, so we'll make the bedrooms even nicer. So they're luxe suites, if you will. Alright, there we go. Scorpio mandated the construction of certain goods. Short swords. Okay, fine. Work orders. I'm gonna get rid of crutch and crossbow, because I'm not really certain that they're going to regularly require crutches and crossbows now. I thought I was being smart and, like, trying to head off the constant nuisance of, like, make another one, but, like, obviously they're like, oh yeah, guess what? No. There we go. Short sword done. Or in the process. He's just messing with me? I mean, clearly, yes. Well, some of those bedrooms are now, like, extra pretty. And apparently I, like, continue to screw up over here as well. They're just happy little mistakes. And then I think what I'll do is once these sets of bedrooms are furnished, so it's what, 6, 12, 18, I'll like increase my population by 8, potential population by 18, allow for immigration, and then just do it again and again and again until we have a larger number. Because I do believe that we're supplying the food and the water, well, beer, that dwarves would need. So I think the real barrier is just the place to rest at night. The doors on the left were, like, incorrect as well. No. It's a problem with, like, having two different patterns. I don't at this point, I don't even care. As long as it's a bedroom, that's all that matters to me at this point. More mandated goods. What? Can you stop? Like, you want large gems now? barrens. I think I'm already making large gems. I'm going to double check my work order, but I believe large gems are already a thing. So bauxite figurines, I know. Maybe what I'll do, instead of making bauxite figurines, create craft dwarf, large rock gem, make 3 of them out of mudstone, because I have exactly 3 mudstone. Oh, I had migrants arrive. How? Alright, settings. The game. Population cap. Oh, apparently I set it to 82. Okie dokie. Oh, because we did have a death. So we have 2 people that like came in. So if we open up our population, where's the new arrivals? I think probably the easiest way to do it is to assign bedrooms. So here's a bedroom that doesn't even have anyone. Maybe it was Liara's. And we have Enod and Iral, or whatever they are. And they're not a couple. Got it. So Enod Dodo. That is your name. What a good name. Do you have any useful skills? So here's the other one. And here's, yeah, the woodcrafter. Hi, Master Woodcrafter. So he's really good at it. Not good at... he's novice siege operator. So maybe he'll be part of the siege team. And the other one is Aral, and she's standing right here, so I'll just look at her. Trapper, Persuader, Swimmer. Okay. They don't look like vampires to me, so I'm not worried about that. We're going to want to assign bedrooms. The thing is... Where is the menu for all zones? Places. Yeah. There is an empty bedroom there. Because instead of assigning new bedrooms, it'd be best if we, like, filled in all the bedrooms that we already have. So there's the 2 bedrooms for them. Do I have any other bedrooms that are vacant? So we're not looking at the tavern rooms. The tavern rooms are for permanent residents, monster hunters, and the like. They are not applicable. So I'm looking at the regular bedrooms, and no, every single bedroom is now full. So all 82 of our residents live in this, like, dorm complex thing. Got it. Oh, we have... Well, I guess it's glitch. I was going to say, hey, maybe one of our monster hunters are actually going to be doing something, but it's glitch, not a monster hunter. But I think a toad, like a cavern toad, came all the way up into from the cavern into our base. I also see a naked mole dog, too. Yeah, you can see they're getting flushed into the mining shafts. Well, you're gonna get hunted. Are you running? No, you just want booze. I gotcha. I feel you. The other thing I'm gonna take a good look at is the amount of beds I even have available to me, because plus wood. So let's check stocks for logs. Do I have enough to make? Oh yeah, we're okay. Yeah, we're fine. I think it's more the fact that we have a lot more... No, I take that back. We have a lot of beds that are ready-made. I was thinking we just had more stonecutter dwarves. But, you know, we have plenty of beds good to go. Not a lot of doors, though. More mandates? Crossbows! Oh, God. Between the two of you. And this is why there's, like, a meme of, like, throw all your royals into the lava. Somewhat deservedly. Because they're annoying. I think the problem is that, like, Dwarf Fortress only has one speed, which is, like, paused or unpaused. Well, I guess that's technically 2 speeds. And as a result, it feels like you're just getting, like, constantly hit with these, like, mandates, even though a few months have passed. In game, it's like a few minutes. And as a result, it's just like, mandate, mandate, mandate. It's like, they should mandate, like, 1 a year or something. Like, when you go up for re-election, it should be, like, a mandate bound to your re-election or something. That way it's, like, just not constant recurring nuisance. Because as it is now, it is, I would say, a constant recurring nuisance that doesn't really provide a lot of, like, benefit to the game. It's not, I wouldn't say that, like, I feel like the game's better for it. Truly. Just my 2 cents. Good job, game. You've annoyed me. Okay. We have a naked mole dog getting fought. Checking up on our Marks Dwarves. Are you equipped? There is equipment for all of them. So now it's whether or not they actually, like, don it and put it on. I forget if I set up their uniforms to replace. But regardless, it seems like they are getting their boots on, so maybe I did? Maybe? I'm checking up on the, yeah, the Axe Dwarves are all equipped. And all but Bemble is equipped. Bemble might have been, like, praying or sleeping or something. So other than the random ores that are on the ground, like, most of these bedrooms are set to go. I'm just gonna get the last few pieces of furniture and doors in them, and then open up the gates. And what, I think we can go up 18. That brings us to a pop cap of a clean 100. We're gonna go for triple digits. Where's our production floor? So I see the shell doors and cabinets queued up here, but I don't have a lot of workers that seem to be doing those. Alright, Bemble's invisible again. That's, like, pretty typical. And then Cattle and Gishud are, like, fumbling around with their gloves and helmet. But it's close enough that they're equipped that I'm gonna say I'm gonna get rid of that requirement. That they're basically armored now. Now, if I want more of them, that's a totally different matter. Petition, no. Sort of decided that the monster hunters that we've brought in so far have just not been particularly useful, and I'm gonna hold off on answering any petitions for a bit as a result. So we still need the copper bars for the copper bridge that goes over our temple for the cave adaptation. Then the other thing I'm going to do is start to replace the steel here, or the stone here with steel, and to put more bolt throwers. So I'm hoping to get like 6 bolt throwers, and the other thing I probably ought to do is to have a supply of bolts nearby, because when the bolt throwers go, they like buzzsaw through all of the bolts that are available, and then they're going to need to reload. So most of your fire rate is restricted on like how long it takes to reload, I would say, just because it's so unbelievably rapid fire. It's so rapid fire, I almost think it's like a joke or something. Like the developers was like, oh yeah, let's just have it throw out 100 bolts in a second. It looks pretty silly. Okay, partially constructed. That means that the temple's tower thingy is almost done. It's cover. What is that? How about the door to collect them? It's built. It's passable, but I can lock it if I find that they shouldn't be collecting them. I know you're thirsty, just keep working. Work, peasant. The job is almost complete. So what are we missing? Just 2 doors? 4 doors? Yeah, no, 2 doors? Alright, there we are. So this is the temple skylight cover. Not even a bridge. And the temple skylight cover is going to link to this. So link lever to that. And then pull it, because I want it open by default. I don't think I'm going to have, like, dragons or whatever flying in through the ceiling, like, much at all, if ever. So the cover is just out of caution more than necessity, mind you. Alright, did that get linked? Still no? Come on, engineers. I have it as like a highest priority task. And I believe I have the mechanisms, but whatever, it's getting done. I suppose that's what matters. So at some point we can replace the bridge cover thingy with green glass. Once we have the sand to make green glass. Oh, here we go. Pull lever. Oh, no one's standing on it, but there we go. So now it's open to the sky and we can close it from within the base. Ban on exports, that's fine. Apparently I need 1 more large gem. Make it out of micro. So the skylight is done. So the only priority right now is grow the town and expand the siege defense. Or 2 priorities, I should say. And they kind of go hand in hand. So I'm going to do a reinforced wall here, and then carve fortifications into it. This is going to be a steel wall. And they're really, really expensive, and I don't think they're cost effective. I don't even think they make sense. I'm just doing it for the memes at this point. I'm not saying that this is like the right way to go about building fortifications for your fortress. I just wanted to. So don't think this is like meta or suggestion or anything like that. The other thing we're going to want is, let's do bolt thrower parts. And I'm going to make them 4 times. So I want a total of 6 bolt throwers. And we'll make them out of willow, 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 willow. Willow is a pretty lightweight wood. I don't think it really matters in the materials because it's a fairly stationary object, but still, I'm going to make it out of willow all the same. So we have about 1,500 food, 1,100, 1,000 drinks. And we'll just try to keep an eye on that, make sure it's all stable. Because as we grow our population, we are going to need to potentially adjust the amount of kitchens and breweries and stills and all that stuff that we have. I may even need to go so far. Oh, what the hell? Who puts a bolt there? I may even need to go so far as to like expand the taverns and all that jazz. So, I'll keep an eye on it to make sure that, if we do have need of expanded taverns and expanded dining rooms and that stuff, we accommodate it. So, I think, more than likely, the last 2 doors are ready to go. Nope! Wow, still not? Oh, I was being patient, but no, there they are. There's the doorbell. For some reason, slabs and coffins were not being... What would they be? I would figure furniture? Oh, yeah, I see. Because slabs and coffins are furniture, but I don't have any materials allowed, so I'm going to allow it. Because what's happening is, like, the slab, the coffins and whatnot are just like filling up the like internal stockpiles of these things. It hadn't been cleaned up at all. What happened to you? Mining accident? I'm assuming. Something stupid. It's always something stupid. Maybe I had intentionally removed the... No, never mind. I was thinking maybe I had intentionally removed the stonework finished goods here. So... For stone and clay, doors, tables, thrones, we have it be allowed here. But I didn't do core quality, total quality, or... Yeah. Okay, so I fixed some of it. Some of it was the stockpile was set wrong, which is why we didn't have doors and tables and chairs acceptable in that stock. Truth be told, I probably could revisit like most of my stockpiles that I've made in the past to figure out why they're wrong, or if they're wrong. Okay, it is population growing time, and I'll also try to figure out who is upset and why. So we are raising our population from 82 to 100. I wish there was like a better way to do immigration population control outside of like going into the game options. This feels real wrong to me, having to like go into the settings. It should just be a setup for like your mayor or something. I don't know. I feel like it could be a hell of a lot more elegant, in my opinion. But we're now taking migrants. So now that we're doing that, I gotta get back to the fortifications. Yeah, DF doesn't do elegant as a general rule. I've noticed. It's upsetting, but I've noticed. And I just saw that we made a wonderful shell door. Perfect. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but I'm not looking for feedback for this series. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, rodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow dwarves.